Welcome to Balanced Life Entrepreneur. I'm your host, Angela Clark. Life is a crazy, wonderful adventure, and it can pull you in every direction, sometimes all at once. Can you really achieve success in one area of life without losing it all everywhere else? Can it really be done? Are you up for a good challenge? Well, let's get started. Woo! All right. Welcome to episode 10. I can't believe it's been 10 episodes already. I took a week off last week to go on a much needed vacation, and I am back and refreshed, and my brain is trying to get back into the work mode, but it's all good. Vacation was absolutely wonderful and needed, and now I'm ready to roll. So we're still talking about James Clear's book, Tiny Changes, Remarkable Results, Atomic Habits. And it has been a really amazing book. And I want to finish it up because I'm working on another one and I'm excited about that one. But there is still so much information in this book. I just want to encourage you, if you haven't gotten it, dive into it, invest in it, invest in yourself, because that's what these types of books are. James Clear is the author. It is an amazing book. You can tell that he has really put a lot of time and energy. I've read books before where I feel like it's just a repeat of information that people have just picked up from everywhere. It's like, yeah, I've heard all this before. They're just kind of recycling it into new ways. But this one has been refreshing. So pick it up and read the entire thing. Don't just depend on my summary. But anyway, last time we talked about how habits shape your identity and vice versa. Today I want to talk about how do we actually build better habits. And the book gives us actually 4 simple steps. Whenever you want to change a behavior, ask yourself, how can I make it obvious? How can I make it attractive? How can I make it easy? And how can I make it satisfying? Okay, so one more time, what actually is a habit? It's a behavior that's been repeated enough times to become automatic, meaning you don't even think about it, you just do it. The ultimate purpose of a habit is to solve a problem in our life with as little energy and effort as possible. That's why I say you do it and it's automatic. You don't even think about it. Now, the book goes on to say that any habit can be broken down into a feedback loop that involves 4 steps: cue, craving, response, and reward. Now, I don't know about you, but I need some examples here, because if I don't have a mental picture with that, it's not going to stick. That cue, craving, response, and reward. Honestly, they're going to be empty words in my head if I don't have a picture to go with that. So I'm going to read these right from the book, because James must understand that some people, I can't be the only one that thinks like that. Some people must need mental pictures like I do, because he put them in the book. So I'm going to read you a couple because it really brings that to life for me, makes it applicable for me. So here's some examples. 1, a cue. Your phone buzzes with a new text message. 2, the craving. You want to learn the contents of the message. 3, your response. You grab your phone and read the text. 4, the reward. You satisfy your craving to read the message. Grabbing your phone becomes associated with your phone buzzing. Okay, well, that's all of us, right? I guess we have that habit. How about this one? Here's the cue. You hit a stumbling block on a project at work. 2, the craving. You feel stuck and you want relief from your frustration. 3, the response. You pull out your phone and check social media. 4, the reward. You satisfy your craving to feel relieved. Checking social media becomes associated with feeling stalled at work. I like that one. Here's another one. Here's the cue. You walk into a dark room. The craving. You want to be able to see. The response. You flip the light switch. 4. You satisfy your craving to see. Turning on the light switch becomes associated with being in a dark room. Okay, I get that. I flip on the light switch anytime I walk into a dark room without even thinking about it. It becomes automatic. Okay, I get that. How about this one? One more example and I'm done. 1. The cue. You smell a donut shop as you walk down the street near your office. 2. The craving. You begin to crave a donut. 3. Your response. You buy a donut and eat it. 4. The reward. You satisfy your craving to eat a donut. Buying a donut becomes associated with walking down the street near your office. And that's how you develop a really bad habit, I guess. Okay, I love these examples. So taking these 4 steps, right? Cue, craving, response, and reward, we can work on developing good habits or work on breaking bad habits. Okay, so how do we take these steps and actually apply it? The book says we can take these 4 laws of behavior change and use that to apply those 4 steps. So let's put it together. The first law is cue. He says, how do we create a good habit with that? Well, we got to make that cue obvious. The second law, the craving, make it attractive. The third law, that response, make the response easy. The fourth law, the reward, make that thing satisfying. After all, isn't that reward part the best part about creating a new habit? About creating something that is good for you and then you reward yourself. Or creating a habit that gets you to that goal you were trying to achieve. Make sure you reward yourself. That's what makes all of this fun and achievable. All right, so we've got the technical side of things out of the way for today's episode. And there was some great information in there. I love it all. And before we end today, I just want to take a couple of minutes to share some success stories of people that we see and hear about all the time, but we never really think about where did they come from? What is their success story? All right, so the first one I've got to start off with is Stephen King. Most of us know him as the twisted writer who almost always sets his horror stories in Maine. To date, he's produced and sold upwards of 350 million copies of his novels. Unbelievably, King's first novel was rejected a total of 30 times before a firm would publish it. He even threw the book Carrie in the bin, giving up. Luckily for us, his wife fished it out of the bin, and the rest is history. All right, how about another one? J.K. Rowling. This British native's success is no secret to anyone. Whether you're a fan of Harry Potter or not, the Harry Potter empire is valued at about $15 billion. Yeah, that was a B. But what most people don't know about Rowling is that she went through a very tough time just prior to the advent of her books. She married, suffered abuse, had a daughter, then divorced her husband. She lost her mom to MS and had to put herself on welfare just to get by. What's more, the first Harry Potter book was also rejected by all of the major British publishing houses. Once one finally said yes, the franchise took off immediately. Oh my gosh, what would have happened if she would have given up on that and said, all right, they all said no, I'm done. Ooh, just think about that. And I got one more for you because, well, this one just piqued my interest. Jim Carrey. He's overly enthusiastic, he's high energy, but he hasn't always been a comedic success. When he was in his early teens, his family became so poor that they resorted to living in a van. Young Jim even dropped out of school to try to help support the family. After years of going from comedy club to do stand-up, Carrie was finally recognized as a great comedic talent and is now one of the biggest stars in the industry. Now, these 3 examples that I read you, they all had problems that are everyday problems. Things that we've all gone through. Maybe not exactly. I mean, I've never had to live in a van. But if my family was going through that, if we were literally homeless, would I be focused on building a business? Would I be focused on following my dreams, or would I be trying to get any job I could to just make it by? I mean, think about it. What is something that would defeat you completely? And these people said, no, I'm not going to let this defeat me. I'm going to keep going, and I'm going to follow my dream. Look at J.K. Rowling. If I was going through a divorce, loss of my mom, all that stuff in her list, would I have still been pursuing those publishing companies, trying to sell my book to them? I don't know. These people have grit, and that is respectable and admirable. All right, so today we started out with a little bit of how-to and technique, and I hope I've ended it with a little bit of inspiration for you. Thank you so much for tuning in to episode 10 already. Don't forget to like and subscribe and leave a comment. Let me know what book you're reading right now, or maybe what book you'd like me to review. Now I gotta get to work. But please, before I leave, don't forget why we're doing all this. Why do we bother to change our habits, create good habits, get rid of those bad ones? It's so we can have success in our lives. One step at a time. Until next time, go conquer your world.